right, coming up, we got a member of the home team, the host team, San Francisco's 49ers. A lot of them been out in full force this week. They finished the year 12-5, losing to the Seahawks 41-6 in the divisional round. Talk about a defensive performance. They were just decimated by injuries, though, losing key players like Fred Warner, Nick Bosa on IR, Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Trent Williams missing significant time, and then Kittle suffering that devastating Achilles tear on January 11th. He played 11 games this season, though, finished with 57 catches, 628 yards, 7 scores, selected to his 5th consecutive Pro Bowl, and it hasn't stopped him at all.
No.
Because he has been everywhere this week. Hey, George, thanks for joining us, bud.
Hi, guys. How are you doing?
Hey, Kittle.
Thanks for having me.
You tore your Achilles, and I want to get this straight. Pleasure to have you. Were you really playing golf 9 days later, and if so, how?
Yeah, no, I found a golf club actually that uses gunpowder to shoot the ball 250 yards. And the company was based out of the Bay Area, so they dropped it off at my house the day before I left for Cabo. And yeah, they would just drive me up everywhere, and then my wife would go putt for me. I actually shot a 77.
No, you didn't.
Come on. There you are, though.
I reached the green
there's a
in
proof
two.
Positive.
I'll send you a photo of my scorecard. I think I shot a 77. My wife two-putted everything the whole day. She actually hit 2 30-foot putts, too. It's pretty incredible.
So
we had like 8
you know,
birdies.
Yeah, who needs to stand when they're playing golf? I mean, that was just perfect. But how is your recovery going? Because I heard you were, like, ready to push this timeline up. Like, what are we looking for perhaps next season?
Oh, you know what? I like to keep people in surprise and suspense, but everything's going the way it's supposed to go. They're excited with, how my surgery went, what my recovery, what it looks like. And so, I mean, everybody's on page that if I just stay on top of it and attack it like I do everything else, I have the opportunity to play a lot of football next year, which is all I care about.
You mentioned attacking it like you do everything else. You've done that this week. Your city, you're representing your city. It's the home side of the Super Bowl. But how has it been being here, representing your city and team, but not being in the big game?
I mean, I wouldn't be in the big game regardless because I'm hurt. So I think it affects me less than like Christian McCaffrey. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it though. You know, I really enjoy hanging out with all the guys. I get to see players I don't get to see very often. I'm just thoroughly enjoying the entire process. And the fact that, San Francisco gets, people get to go experience it that might not get to see it very often. I think that's good for the city. People get to see how awesome it actually is and how unique it is. And I think people are enjoying it so far because I am.
Yeah, listen, the season was enjoyable despite all those injuries that we mentioned. I mean, you guys win 12 games.
That was a tough cut-up. That was a tough cut-up to watch from my seat right here. You guys, you showed every injury possible. I was
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Listen, I hope you felt the love, though. Like, literally, when you went down with the Achilles, I mean, the reaction across the board, across the league from fans, you're so beloved. Your team had gone through so much. I mean, what did you learn about this squad that you guys just were incredibly resilient this season and kept winning despite all that adversity?
I was really just excited. Every time I look at a football season, you look at young players, look at free agents that you sign, and I'm always just talking about I want guys to take advantage of their opportunities. And this is a year that we had so many guys step up and have to make plays, score touchdowns, get tackles, do all the crazy stuff. And we had so many guys take advantage of their opportunities. Like Mac Jones came in and won 5 games. Like we're not in the position without him. And then we had guys replace Bosa, we had guys replace Fred. We had Jake Tonjes, he got 5 touchdowns this year as my backup. And I just like watching guys take advantage of those opportunities because it's a way for them to take a step forward in their career. And what I'm just excited for is that I think that we're going to have a lot more better players next year going into the season.
Yeah, because they've got playing depth now. They were on the field, that next man up mentality. And you mentioned guys that take advantage of their opportunity. Sam Darnold has done that. He was your teammate back in 2023. He was the backup to Brock Purdy. Now he's taken advantage of his next opportunity, led his team to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
When you see that, what do you make of what Sam Darnold's done now in his 5th team and playing in the Super Bowl?
I'm just so excited for Sam. I mean, he's an absolutely wonderful human being. He's hilarious. Great sense of humor, great to be around the guys, and you can just tell he loves ball. And, for him to finally go to a team that, gave him a contract, wants him to be around there, I think all it does is give him confidence. Like, if we're, like, if he was a starting quarterback for the Vikings, they would have given him money. I think he would have done the same thing for them because it's still your confidence in that quarterback, and it gives them more confidence going into the next season. So what the Seattle Seahawks did is they took a really good quarterback, paid him, say, hey, you're our guy, and then that gives him confidence. And so Sam's just playing at the level that he, is capable of playing at, and he's probably going to get better and better and better.
And y'all got to see plenty of him this season. Obviously, division rivals. You played him again in the playoffs. So let's go all the way back to the game that you beat them all the way back in week 1. I know you scored in that game.
Yes.
Yeah. What does it take to beat this team? If you could give a roadmap for that for the Pats on Sunday, what's it going to take?
The most stereotypical football talk I'll ever say is don't turn the ball over, stay on the field, and convert on third down. That's what they really have to do. And you got to make a couple cool plays like this. I mean, this is Jake Tonjes at the end of the game, to win the game. You got to make a couple of crazy plays. That's what it is. And we won the game on a Nick Bosa strip sack while they were on the 20-yard line, had the ability, to go tie it or score a touchdown to win. So it's you got to make some great plays and then don't make dumb plays. And hopefully, if you're the Patriots, your defense is good enough to try to make their offense make some mistakes and take advantage of them.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, football talk usually wins you the game. As George Kittle is joining us on behalf of Old Spice, so we know he smells really good. Hey, 2 teams from California opening the season in Melbourne to start. How do you feel about going down under?
There you go.
So much swagger right now that I am so excited to go down under.
You come with props.
Cannot wait.
I love it.
You're
going to be packing those in your suitcase for Australia? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Next year.
I have a fanny pack.
Yeah.
Yes, I have so much stuff in there. I'm really excited about Australia. I'm really disappointed right now. I was on Twitter last night, and the Rams got Robert Irwin, so Steve Irwin's son, to do a shout out to Rams fans. Absolutely not, Robert. No, you're a Niners fan, not Rams fan.
Yeah.
We're gonna fix that. We'll send you some jerseys. We're gonna fix that. No, absolutely
Dancing
not.
with the
I like you
Stars
too
winner,
much for you to be a Rams fan.
Yeah. Hey, before we let you go, really quick shout out. Your wife, Claire, in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, absolute fire. Well done, my friend.
How
well
lucky am I? Wow.
You very lucky.
I'm not saying a word.
Very
no,
lucky. She's the best.
You can be complimentary. You can say she looks fantastic. That's appropriate. It's okay.
I'll just say attaboy. Attaboy, Kittle.
Yeah, you guys are a great couple. We love you. Give Claire our best. And listen, Godspeed. We want to see you back on the field soon, George. Thank you.
I will be.
Little broadcast spot out here.
It has been fun to watch the crowd periodically grow throughout the week.
Yes.
Seahawks fans in attendance, everybody in attendance, and we're talking about a Super Bowl matchup here, Super Bowl 60 between the Seahawks and Patriots. Kind of, if you look at the beginning of the season, unheralded teams coming in with the storylines of what it took for them to get here. When you talk about the odds of what it took for both teams to get here, they're 60-1 to win the title, both the teams. The winner will have had the longest odds since the 2001 Pats, also at 60-1. Now the Patriots and Seahawks dominate on both sides of the ball, top 4 in scoring offense and defense. It's the first Super Bowl since the merger with both teams top 4 in both categories. And Seattle is riding Sam Darnold, who is the 3rd quarterback to ever start the Super Bowl on his 5th team or later. He's facing Drake Maye, who's the 2nd youngest quarterback ever to start in a Super Bowl. So we've had stories throughout the week with both of our teams. We've had both of our reporters throughout the week. Jeff Darlington's been covering the Seahawks, and Sal Palantonio, he's been all over the Patriots.
Yeah, so Sal, what has New England been focusing on this week?
Actually, better than a picture postcard day. It's absolutely beautiful here in Santa Clara. As you can see behind me, big day here for the New England Patriots. The buses just rolled in. They're about to roll out with the team to Palo Alto for the last practice of Super Bowl week, the last practice of the season at Stanford University. Yesterday, Mike Vrabel said the focus was on the red zone and 2-minute drill. Drake Maye practiced full participant for the 2nd day in a row, and he was sharp in the red zone, but not so much in the 2-minute drill. Mike Vrabel said we'll have to be better in execution on Sunday, without a doubt. There's going to be mistakes. They just can't pile up. We can't let one mistake turn into another mistake and another mistake. So it's going to be how we regroup, and I thought they did that. So Mike Vrabel paying attention, close attention to the details when there's hurry up or in the red zone. Why? It's obvious. 3 of the last 4 matchups between the Patriots and the Seahawks, Hannah, ended on the 1-yard line.
Right, exactly, including obviously an infamous time in the Super Bowl. Sal Pal, thanks.
Yeah, look, the Patriots hoping to repeat that. The Seahawks hoping maybe they'll run the ball this time if that comes to play, as Jeff Darlington.
Right.
Now with the Seahawks. And Jeff, look, Mike McDonald, what a great year he's had for the Seahawks. How is he getting this defense ready for this Patriots offense?
Well, Matt, one of my favorite little storylines this week is how Mike McDonald kind of talks about his philosophies on things, and he always uses this term, classic overthink. He always blames himself for overthinking everything, and when you think about the Super Bowl week, he talked about how you almost have too much time. On Tuesday, he said that he started going down rabbit holes because they had an off day, and then that leads into the week of these little defensive strategies that he tries to implement. Now we're to the point on Friday when you think the game plan would be in, but defensive end Leonard Williams said about McDonald, they have this little phrase called chasing edges. It's all about trying to find a different edge along the way. He said sometimes they'll even get to Saturday of a game week, and all of a sudden you've got the whole game plan in place, and McDonald will come in and say, hey, here's one more defensive play that we're going to potentially put in here. If I call this, be ready. So it's the type of thing that the players love, but McDonald himself almost mocks about himself.
Yeah, paralysis by analysis. Maybe too much. Do what got you here. Gentlemen, you've done what got you here all week. Sal Pal, Jeff Darlington with the latest on both teams, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, fellas. And now with more on that Seattle defense. It's on another level, including the playoffs. They lead the NFL in points per game allowed, defensive efficiency, third down conversion rate. They also give up the third fewest rush yards per game at just under 94, and they're facing off against a Patriots team which scored almost 29 points a game in the regular season, so that was good for second best in the NFL. I'm not sure if there's a person on the planet who knows more about the Seahawks than Mina Kimes, who has been following them, well, pretty much her whole life. So the big story this week is their rookie nickelback, Nick Eamon-Worry, expected to play despite this ankle injury scare. Yeah. How critical is he to this team? How do they use him?
He's been massive. And honestly, I voted for him for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Carson Schlesinger, the Browns' wonderful linebacker, won, but I thought he's been so integral to the best defense in the NFL, and he really is the secret sauce in my mind that allows them to do what they do best, which is defend the run out of those big nickel and dime packages, living in a too high safety. When you watch the Seahawks and you're watching the passing game and you're asking yourself, why does it feel like they have like so many guys on the field in coverage? It's because they have so many bodies on the field in coverage because they can count on those lighter players, the deep defensive backs, to stop the run. Eamon-Worry is fantastic at tackling. I would say Devin Witherspoon is also important in this regard. Mm-hmm. So if he's not 100%, that inhibits their ability to do what they do best, which is stop the run without putting big bodies on the field.
And he's their Swiss Army knife, right?
That's
so
right.
What does he play? Slot corner, outside linebacker, edge rusher,
blitzer,
middle linebacker, high safety. Yeah, he's pretty important.
That's why that ankle injury perhaps spooked them a little bit earlier in this week for the rookie out of South Carolina, but a brilliant draft pick out of the Seahawks has paid off. When you look at both of these teams now, we use the cliche all the time because it's true. Defense wins championships. So when you look at them, what's going to be the key for each of the teams, starting with Seattle?
I think for Seattle, something that's very important in this game, especially based on what we've seen in the postseason, is limiting Drake Maye's rushing, which has really been his greatest attribute in the postseason in some tight games. He has been fantastic since coming into the league. When he runs between the tackles, which is I think what makes him unique, almost similar to Josh Allen, the way that he scrambles, leads all quarterbacks in first down rate 68% of the time when he takes off, it's a first down. The Seahawks defense is incredible. They actually haven't faced many mobile quarterbacks this year. Went back and tried to watch design runs. There were only 7 the entire season, and none of them went for a first down. So it's a little bit of a mystery how they're going to choose to defend it. Are they going to spy it? We shall see. For New England, the best matchup they have in this game is their star defensive tackle, Milton Williams, against the Seahawks interior offensive line, which I would say is the weakness of their pass protection, particularly the right guard position. Williams has been wonderful for New England. When he is on the field, they are 6th league-wide in pass rush win. When he has not played this season, he had some injuries, that drops to 26th. Yeah. We have seen time and time again in Super Bowls, defensive tackles have been able to dominate games. Aaron Donald, Chris Jones. Right. I'm not comparing him to them, but I would say he is very important for you.
Yeah, and you bring up the Drake Maye rushing factor. That's why they won the AFC Championship.
Sure.
That was it. So We'll see how that happens. Mina, great stuff. You'll be with us throughout the day.
Yeah, we'll see you on NFL Live coming up. Thanks, Mina.
sports.
Iconic shot at the Golden Gate Bridge. Matt, that was funny. We're going to see a bunch
Steve Mayo
of
was my favorite answer for the Patriots quarterback, by the way.
Steve Mayo.
That's so crazy. Hey, Shreg. Speaking of Schrager is with us. Okay, so you've been giving us top fives all week. We've been focusing a lot on this show on defense. Defense wins championships, we hear. So give us top 5 defenses in Super Bowl history.
I've had such a blast all week with you guys. And
Yeah,
this
it's
has been
great.
so fun. And I see the Seahawks defense as number 1, and I got us thinking, what are the top 5 defensive performances in Super Bowl history? We start with number 5. We got to go back to the steel curtain. When you've got 5 Hall of Famers on one defense and you hold a Vikings offense to just 6 points, and then also 3rd fewest yards allowed in a Super Bowl ever, we're going Super Bowl 9, the steel curtain defense. Of course, Mean Joe Green, Jack Ham, Mel Blount and the boys taking care of business. Steelers win that one. Chuck Noll, the champion. Number 4. This is the forgotten Super Bowl. Sean McVay's first Super Bowl with Jared Goff at the quarterback spot, and the Patriots held the Rams to just 3 points. 3 points. They held Todd Gurley, who led the NFL in touchdowns that year with 21, to 35 yards. This was a complete destruction of the McVay offense, and it was all about Belichick getting the job done. Patriots, number 4. Number 3. How do I not include the 85 Bears?
Oh, I love this.
We had to. We had to include the 85 Bears. And when you hold your divisional round opponent to 0 points, and then your NFC Championship opponent to 0 points, and then Buddy Ryan's defense takes care of the business. 4 Hall of Famers on that defense. They forced 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers in a Super Bowl. I still like those Patriots uniforms. Shout out to Steve Grogan and that squad.
Grogan.
Number 2.
The neck.
Let's go. The neck roll. You know it, Matt. Rich Gannon was the MVP, but John Gruden was coaching his old former team, was coaching against them, and he knew all the answers. One of the all-time performances, the 2002 Buccaneers coming at number 2. They had 3 different pick sixes in this game. The most offensive touchdowns in a Super Bowl history. Unbelievable performance. They blew out the Raiders. But number 1,
Gotta do it. Come on.
I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
The last time they won a Super Bowl,
Legion of Boom, baby.
the single greatest performance by a defense of all time. Remember, Denver had scored 606 points that regular season. The first and only team in NFL history to score more than 600, and they did not score until the final play of the 3rd quarter. This one was a blowout.
So great.
Malcolm Smith, 69-yard return for a touchdown.
You kissing up?
I played to the crowd.
You're kissing up.
Yeah.
Go Hawks!
Wow.
That's it.
What
Sorry.
a kiss up. I like it, though. Good
That was
job.
good. Good list. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Thanks, Shrey.
I'll be back.
Yeah.